Well, this was a really disappointing reading month, and this is apple juice. So this month was not very good with reading. It started off strong with reading books and, you know, just being very productive in the book literary world, and then it kind of went like, kind of blew up from there. Oh. Fraser, hi. What do you want, Fraser? So I started off the month with reading like 100 pages in one night with my friend Jackie. We had a reading party. Those are a thing, yes, and they are amazing if you want to be productive and read. And you get inspired to read by other people reading, like myself. But, you know, after, you know, a good strong start to the month, I ended up not reading that much, it turns out. Besides one full novel. That I did complete, and I will be talking about that soon. But the good thing is, at the very end of June, I ended up reading a lot. But not enough to, you know, complete a full novel, but I did end up reading about 100 pages in the last 2 days of June. So that was pretty good for me, because you guys know I've been in a pretty bad reading slump for the past like year, and I just need to get back into the swing of things. I just have too many things on my plate, and I need to learn to manage all of those things and also find time to read and not only just watch Vikings on Hulu. Sorry, Fraser's having a temper tantrum right next to me, so it's great. It's all good. I love you, Fraser. Just not right now that much. Okay. That being said, hello everybody and welcome to my June wrap-up and my July TBR. How the heck is it July already? Okay, so the first book I read in July was When Dimple Met Rishi, and oh my gosh, this book was so great. I have a review up right now if you want to go check it out. But this book was so phenomenal. I loved it. I loved the writing. I loved the story. It was hilarious. It was informative, and it was also just dang cool. Like, come on. These characters were just so easy to love, and the writing was just so phenomenal, and Sendia was just such an amazing author for this novel, and I am just so excited to see more of her works later on in the future. And the next book that I partially read this month, because I started it this month and I have not yet finished it, but it's so good! And that is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco, and oh my goodness gracious! This book is so phenomenal, just like the first book in the series, which was Stalking Jack the Ripper, that came out last year, and this one comes out September 2017, so in a few months. I know seems far away, but really, the summer's flying by, which kind of sucks for those of you who do not have school during the summer, unlike myself who takes summer classes full time, woohoo. But you know what? September will be here sooner than you know it, and sooner than you want it. But this is one good thing that comes out in September, and I'm so excited for you guys to read it. I'm so excited to finish it. It's just so phenomenal, and I am just all about gothic historical novels. So I read about 160 pages of this book this past month, and I am going to be continuing on reading it in July because, oh my gosh, so freaking good. And I'm actually getting slowly out of my reading slump, I think, because I'm going to be forcing myself to read. And I know that people say don't force yourself to read when you're in a reading slump, and I actually said that before in a video about how to conquer reading slumps, so I'm actually very hypocritical at this point. But really, I just think that I've been being a little bit too chill about not reading, and I think I need to just get back into it because I do miss it so much. And I think that it's just something that's missing in my life that I really love, because it's such a great escape from everyday reality, and I really need that. Really, especially when you do full-time work and full-time school, you really need that little bit of an escape where you can be a detective of sorts, just like Audrey Rose is in this novel. Check it out. Okay, now on to the July books. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be sharing a book that we're going to be doing for the Utopia book club, and I'm so freaking excited about this book, and that is The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. Emily is a friend of mine, and she's also just a phenomenal writer. I am so excited about this novel. It sounds so phenomenal. It's about this girl, and her mother goes missing, and her mother leaves her literary clues to go figure out what the heck is going on in a town that everything disappears. So I am just so pumped to read this book. I'm so excited to read it with you guys for the Utopia book club, and I'm so excited to be working with HMH Books for the book of the month. So the next book is one of my most highly anticipated reads of the summer, and I'm so excited that it finally came out, because I feel like I've been waiting for it to come out like every single week of this month, and then it just like wasn't, and then when it finally came out, I was so on top of it. I went to the book signing to meet the author, and she was so lovely and extremely intelligent. I just loved hearing her speak and could listen to her speak for hours on end, I think. And this book is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It's an LGBTQ plus novel. It also shares the adventures of this young lad on the cover, Monty, and his grand tour of Europe. If you do not know what the Grand Tour is, the Grand Tour was done primarily in the 17th and 18th centuries in Europe, and it's when a gentleman comes of age and goes tours the countries and gets a better worldly view of the world, and it's very, very cool. I know that I would love to go on a Grand Tour. I think it's easier actually nowadays since there's airplanes and trains and automobiles, but I'm really excited to see the adventures Monty goes on with his friend, because I am just so all over the concept of this novel. And the final book I plan on reading this month is also a historical novel, but it has a fun twist on it with supernatural activities. And that is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodwin. I've been hearing so much about this book for the past like 2 years since it originally came out. This is the paperback edition. I honestly love the hardcover edition slightly better than this cover, but I think this cover shows this like badass girl on it, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna fight evil powers. So I kind of think I have a theme going for this TBR for this next month, because pretty much all these books take place in the 17 and 1800s. I'm so all over that era because I focus in university for my European studies in 1600s to 1800s, and I'm all over this type of stuff. So July's gonna be a really fun month full of Victorian era goodness. So that is all for my wrap up and TBR. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what books you will be reading this month down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My username is @SashaAlsberg. I post lots of photos of my dog on there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!